I want to spend a minute presenting exactly what my book and upcoming audiobook actually is. It's called The Guardian Universe. It's a theory of everything, both physical and the supernatural, rolled into one. In essence, it's the same ancient and eternal gospel, the same story that's been told again and again, but in this instance, it's in completely unexpected terms. We're now in, I think, what you might call a post-Christian world. Neo-atheistic, perhaps. I think as a society nowadays, we would be best called as transient atheists. What I mean by that is, I think today people are pretty convinced that Christianity is redundant, outdated, perhaps even proven as irrelevant. Yet they're also dawning on a realization that atheism in its purest sense doesn't have all the answers. It doesn't have answers at all. For example, if I, strike up a conversation with somebody in a cafe queue about the supernatural, about ghosts, things that can't be explained, tons of people have their own experiences to share. And they've got their own sort of experiences to draw on. They know it's real. But what they don't have is a framework to understand it. Atheism tells them that this isn't possible, and yet they know it is real from experience, and so they're left waiting for somebody to come along with an explanation. Enter the Guardian Universe. The Guardian Universe starts with the supernatural, sort of in basic terms. It's like a wiki, how to and understanding, in a really simple sort of logical way, explained in a logical way, and it leads people, I guess, to an understanding of what's happening behind the veil. The reality is, and the thesis of the book is that it can actually be understood. It can be approached rationally and logically. In fact, to understand this whole world, like what's happening right now, you've got to consider both the physical and eternal spheres. If you're just looking at one half of the picture, nothing makes sense. And so, of course, making sense of what happened is what. And of course, making sense of what's happening in here is a huge part of that story. The Guardian Universe takes not just what's happening behind the veil out there, but it takes what's happening behind the veil within you and turns the spotlight on the mechanics at play. I think if you're in pain in here, like if you're in a season of life where things are just completely mucked up and you've been around the block once or twice, you know that it cannot be medicated. Medicine for the physical body isn't going to heal a problem unless it's physical. So to a large degree, this book then is an explanation as to how we're made, how our physical and spiritual selves are woven perfectly together, and how they work, or how they should work. If something's not right in here, then this book's going to help you understand the cause of the breakage and the pathway to realignment. There is, in so many ways, a solution, a fix, a pathway. There really is a Messiah. But understanding him fully requires an understanding of both the natural and the supernatural. And I think that's the great realization. It might be the first time anybody has actually made sense and explained fully in terms that are like logical Jesus Christ. It might be the first time that somebody's explained to you a truth that you already suspected to be true. So there you go. That's what the Guardian Universe is. An exploration of two halves of our hemisphere, the mortal and the immortal together. Cohesive theory of everything. Check it out. theguardianuniverse.com. Tons more on that website there. Video and resource content to support you as you read it. Grab a copy. Let me know what you think.